The show airs every Tuesday and Sunday at 7 p.m. on Emotional Connections YouTube channel. Be sure to watch. A new week has come, wishing you a week full of energy, joy, and wonderful things. This article is especially for those who have been and are suffering from psychological trauma, those who long to overcome psychological trauma but have not found the correct method. If we are not determined to find a way out, a solution, and make an effort to practice, psychological trauma will haunt us for life. Do you agree? Psychological trauma is like a persistent ghost lurking in our minds. There are times when we think we have overcome it, but then suddenly, just a tiny thing is enough to make the pain come back. So, how do you heal heart wounds? How can you find peace and serenity in the soul? I invite you to participate in an imaginary game to learn how to heal heart wounds. After playing this game, most people will understand and feel peace. I hope you feel it too, like me, the feeling that everything becomes clear and light. This game will be called The Unwanted Road. Let's step into that world together. You are leisurely on your chosen path, suddenly facing a precarious, endless bridge. This bridge is 5 meters high, just a wooden beam across. There are no handrails or support, and this wooden beam is very small, only as wide as 1 foot across the abyss. If you met it in real life, how would you feel? Indeed, you would be terrified because the bridge is too high and the wooden bar is too small. Just step on it and you can fall. But now, there is a mandatory condition that you have to cross this bridge. As mentioned, this game is called Unwanted Road. This game reflects the reality of life. Sometimes, we are forced to face unexpected problems that cannot be avoided. Even though you want to walk on a flat road, now you are forced to cross this precarious bridge. And when you are forced to cross, the apparent risk is that you can fall from a height of 5 meters. Life is sometimes the same, pushing us into unexpected situations and facing unwanted challenges. I repeat, you have no right to refuse. You are forced to cross this bridge. If you accidentally fall, whose fault is it? Is it your carelessness? Or is it because the bridge is too dangerous? It is certainly not your fault, nor the bridge's fault. You do not want to cross that bridge. You want to turn back, but life does not allow it. Like the law of time, you can only move forward. So whose fault is it? If you fall, it is because life pushed you. But what is life? It isn't easy to imagine. Thinking carefully, I realize that the culprit is gravity, the Earth's gravitational force. Because of the gravitational force of the Earth, you may fall. In other words, you fall on the unwanted path because of gravity. But what is the use of blaming gravity? It is an inevitable law. We cannot change it. So instead of denying it, learn to accept and adapt. You can practice balance, find a safety rope, or even carry an umbrella to protect yourself. The important thing is to find a way to cross that bridge and continue your journey. Similarly, there are problems in life that, although unwanted, we cannot change. The important thing is to learn to accept them and find a way to overcome them. People who continue suffering from past hurts are like people who keep falling on the bridge and want to erase gravity. They cannot erase the cause of that fall. So, you only have 2 paths. One is to continue living in the illusion that you can change the past, and the other is to live well by adapting to the present and finding solutions. The gravity of life is sometimes called betrayal. The pain of being betrayed by someone you trust and love. Surely, there is nothing more terrible than being betrayed by the people you love. When you love someone with all your heart and then receive betrayal, it is like a deep cut in the heart, not easy to fade. Whose betrayal is it? It's not your fault, but the other person's. But when they leave and betray you, there's nothing you can do but face the sadness. Many people, when in this situation, wish they could turn back time and erase everything. Unfortunately, the past is something we cannot change. So instead of being immersed in the past, focus on the present, on healing the heartache. This story is similar to the story of gravity. It's not your fault, it's the gravity of life. But will you live well or find a way to erase that gravity? The cause is already there and will always be there, and there's no way to change the fact that you've been betrayed. So, it all comes down to the question from earlier. Do you want to erase gravity, or do you want to live better? When we are truly mature and wise, we will understand that there are things that cannot be changed. Giving up the desire to change the past is already a good start. Accept that life's gravity is real and find a way to adapt to it. Just like crossing the bridge just now, there are many ways to cross it. That bridge is not long. It only takes about 10-15 steps. Cross it, and you will continue on your flat road. The same goes for psychological trauma. Don't stay with it forever. Don't keep trying to erase the gravity. It is impossible. I have told people who are deeply sad that there are many solutions, but the important thing is whether you want to apply them. For example, you can try exercising. Exercise until you are tired, then go home and have a good night's sleep. Repeat this repeatedly. After a few months, you will find that you have overcome that requirement. Your health improves, you see that everything else has gone, and you realize you can still live well, even better. There are many ways to overcome difficulties. For example, many depressed people have chosen jogging as a way to find themselves. When jogging, they do not have to overthink. Their minds are empty, and they only focus on breathing and steps. At first, they feel tired, but then they begin to feel the joy of conquering themselves. They run increasingly, participate in marathons, and feel connected to people in the same situation. Look, a person with a psychological injury puts himself in a state of informational stillness through running every week, like a kind of moving meditation. As the years pass, they will definitely be healthier and heal those wounds. They see everything more lightly because their goal is to live better, not to erase the cause of the injury. Sometimes, life is like a fork in the road. One tries to change the past, the other is to live better in the present. When you understand that the right path is to move forward, regardless of the past, you will see those emotional wounds gradually become lighter. After this article, you will see the right direction for yourself. Experience, try, and then all emotional wounds will become lighter in the true sense. Thank you for listening. Goodbye, and see you again.